Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, we have 2 moles of metal X, and we have 3 moles of bromine gas. Well, recall that bromine gas exists as Br2. Okay? And so then the question is that when the reaction is over, both reactants have been completely consumed. So we're going to eventually have no moles of X and no moles of Br2. Everything's going to get turned into XBr, but we don't know what the subscripts will be. That's what we're trying to determine. So I'm just going to put, A and B here. We don't know what A or B is, and that's what we need to figure out. So what's the empirical formula of the compound formed? Select all if they apply. So one option is XBr3. Another option is X2Br3. Another option is X3Br2. And the final option is X2Br6. And so what we need to do then is see if these are reasonable, given that all moles of X and all moles of bromine are being consumed in the reaction. Well, if we take a look at our starting information, we know that we have 2 moles of X, and X is not diatomic, it's monoatomic, right? A mole of X is a mole of X. There's nothing else to it. So that's to say that our total number of moles of X atoms is 2 moles. 2 moles of X atoms. That's not so for bromine, right? We said bromine exists as a diatomic gas. So if we have 3 moles of bromine gas, we actually have 6 moles of bromine atoms. We have 3 moles, and each mole has 2 atoms of bromine, 2 moles of bromine. So we have 3 times 2 moles of bromine atoms, not gas, bromine atoms, right? Which tells us then that the ratio of X to bromine is 2 to 6, right? So as long as these formulas have that ratio of 2 to 6, we're fine. Well, right off the bat, then this one looks like a good option, X2Br6. But we can tell that X2Br3 won't fit, right? That's a ratio of 2 to 3, not 2 to 6. This is a ratio of 3 to 2, not 2 to 6. Those aren't commensurate. But the one that's sort of hiding, these would not get X's. The one that's sort of hiding and might not be so obvious is XBr3. That's a 1 to 3 ratio, which is mathematically equivalent to a 2 to 6 ratio. So this one is also just fine for the experimental information given.